Michael Jordan, Yao Ming, Pele, Wayne Gretzky, Richard Morton. These are legends in the sports world. Oh, here you are, okay. But there's a big mystery. Whatever happened to Richard Morton? Now, we all know Richard Morton. Walk-on, football, Central Michigan. Professional baseball. Well, semi-professional baseball, Australia. But after that, nobody knows what happened to him. Where is he? Richard Morton, where are you? Now, after Richard disappeared for a while, I heard that he re-emerged. Various sources tell me that he's working in a city called Shenzhen as a language learning director for Disney English. Now, when I found this out, I hopped on the first plane to Japan. When I got to Japan, I realized that Shenzhen is actually in China, so I took another flight to China, and now I'm here in Shenzhen. And Richard Morton, I'm gonna try to find you. Excuse me, sir. I heard that Richard Morton works around here. Is that true? The Richard Morton works in here? He works right over there. Thank you very much. Hey, I found it. No, not that. Over here, man. Over here, look. Disney English. Richard Morton might be inside there as we speak. Now, I've heard that Richard Morton buys Coke Zeros here basically every day, sometimes 4 or 5 Coke Zeros. Guy has a Coke Zero problem. But the point is, he buys his Coke Zeros from this guy right here. Let's go ask if this guy has ever seen Richard Morton. Hello, sir. I heard that the Richard Morton works here in this Disney English. Is that true, sir? Wow, that's amazing. And when you first saw Richard Morton, could you believe? Where you're like, oh my God, this is Richard Morton. Played professional baseball, Australia. Walk on Central Michigan football. Could you believe that? Amazing. Thank you, sir. Same to you. I think Richard Morton might be in here. Let's go check it out. This place is called Disney English. What does that mean? Very, very yellow. Hello?
Hello.
Do you speak English?
Yeah, we can.
Because it is Disney English, so, okay. Is it true that Richard Morton, the Richard Morton, Central Michigan, football, walk-on, Australia, professional baseball, is it true that he works here?
Yes, but he's not here.
He's not here? Is it okay if we maybe go inside and talk to some of his staff members and learn more about Richard?
Okay.
Thank you. Incredibly yellow. Let's pop into some classrooms and see if these people can say some nice things about Richard and just give us some information about what he's been doing with his life. Let's go in here. Oh, what are you doing there, buddy?
Fishing.
Fishing, huh?
Yeah, good fisher. Can I help you?
What's your name?
My name's Dick Richter.
Nick, I'm with ESPN. We're making a documentary about Richard Morton.
Oh, yes.
Central Michigan, football, walk-on, Australia, baseball. Now, have you been working here a long time?
Only a few months.
And when you first got here, you saw that your boss was Richard Morton, right?
Yeah.
And did that shock you? Were you excited?
It did, because coming here I didn't expect such a great retired athlete to be working at a Disney center in China. But when I came and saw his face, I didn't recognize him at first.
He's gotten much older.
Yes,
much
older.
Much older.
Much.
But as a boss, he's not in the sports world anymore, but as a boss, has he been a good leader for you?
Yes, quite so. I haven't been here very long, as I said, but I can say Richard is the kind of boss who just doesn't tell people what to do. He goes and does it himself, and encourages people to put as much passion and energy into their jobs as he does. And I think that's pretty much the best kind of leader you can have.
I'm here with Becca. She's explaining to me how gluten is the devil. Becca, now you've been working here for a while. What's it like to be working in the presence of such a great living legend such as Richard Morton? It must be a very surreal experience for you.
It's very surreal. I grew up with my dad being a huge fan of Richard and his football career.
Central Michigan.
What is it?
Central Michigan, walk on. He also played professional, well, semi-professional baseball in
Baseball.
Australia.
It was baseball.
But your dad was a huge fan of Richard Morton, so
Mm-hmm.
he must be thrilled for you. Now, Becca, on a personal level, what's it like working with Richard Morton? Forget about the fame and the legendary status. As a boss, what's it like to work with him?
From day one, Richard has been extremely supportive of me. Like, even before I met him, he was supportive of me and excited that I was coming to the center. And I have never felt forgotten by Richard, and he always is here to support and help all of us, no matter what.
Amazing. And Mia, what's it like for you working with Richard? Amazing. Fascinating. Thank you, girls. Hello.
Hello, how you going, mate?
Are you from Australia?
I am, mate.
And you're Adrian, right?
I am Adrian.
Now, Adrian, this is amazing because you're from Australia, and we all know Richard Morton, huge in Australia, baseball.
Baseball legend.
You must know all about Richard, then.
Oh, Richard was like a father figure to me. Like, he even handed down this autographed baseball bat to me personally.
So he autographed this bat?
Yeah, this is the great Richard Morton's baseball bat. He had the longest baseball history in Australia. He was a
It
legend
looks like
in his own time.
he actually stamped it.
Well, it was kind of short on time, so he just did it quickly. But it's like, it's very close to my heart.
And in Australia, is Richard Morton as much of a legend as he is in America?
I would say more so, because there's only one Richard Morton, you know.
And Adrian, on a more personal level, what's it been like working with Richard now that he's retired from the sports world? What's it like working with Richard, as a boss?
Richard's the kind of guy, he'll beat you into shape, mighty quick. He's really strict on you, but he's also always there for you on the pinch. He's a true digger. He's got a true Australian.
He's a true
digger.
Digger.
That's what we call an Australian soldier. An Anzac. He's got a real Australian spirit. So, to Richard, I just want to say, good on you, mate. We're gonna miss you, and if ever you come to Australia, we'll throw a shrimp on the barbie for you.
And we have here Alicia. Now, Alicia is not as big of a fan as Adrian, but she still is aware of Richard's legendary status. And Alicia, what's it like for you working with Richard?
Well, it's just awesome. Not too much into baseball, but he has wandered the woods of New England a little bit, so he's a real traveler. And he does use baseball references and says every time I have F2A, just hit it out of the park.
And you're going to miss him as he goes to Nanjing,
He goes
is that
to
true?
Nanjing. Yeah, I'll miss him a lot. No, he really believed in me and really got me going.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Hey. You ever heard of a guy called Richard Morton?
Richard Morton? Yeah, I know Richard Morton. Walk-on, Central Michigan. Went on to play pro ball for the Sydney Wallabies. Well, semi-pro. Let me tell you something about Richard Morton. Guy's a legend. One time in Sydney, the Wallabies organization, they sent him to the hospital for a boy that was in the critical ward. And the boy said to him, he said, Richard Morton, I want you to hit me a home run at the game this weekend. You know what Richard Morton said? He said, I'll tell you what, buddy. I'm gonna call your shot. Wait, I got order. Game time. Knocks the donut off the bat. He steps up to that plate like a mofo. And he points and foul it out. But that's not the point of the story. He had a heart of gold, and that's where he learned to love kids. But in all seriousness, I met Richard Morton in Beijing about 4 years ago. And he was my first friend in Beijing. And we've continued to be friends for a total of 4 years now, and we sometimes play golf together, not as much as he'd like, but I'm gonna miss him. But as you say, I'll probably see you more now that you're moving away than I see you when you're in Shenzhen.
I'll miss you, Richard Morton, too.
It's my drunk wife. I'll miss you, buddy.
Well, the manager of the center told me I had to wear one of these shirts if I want to walk around the center. It says BBF. I think it stands for Big Fan of Richard Morton, superstar. Okay, now I'm here with, what's your name, sir?
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Hi.
And you are from England, is that right?
I am, yes. From London.
That's fascinating.
England.
Now, Lincoln, this is a very, very little known fact about Richard Morton. We all know that Richard Morton is an American superstar, but actually, he's British. He's British by birth, has British citizenship. So, in England, do you guys kind of feel a bit of resentment towards America because Richard Morton is considered this American hero, this American world hero, but actually he's British?
You see, actually, we have to know that Richard is a British superstar. He's a British superstar.
Not an American
superstar. We are also very proud of that. Proud of the Britishness and also the American as well.
Very, very interesting. So, Lincoln, on a more personal level, what's it been like working with Richard Morton here?
Absolutely fantastic. What warmth in character, so warm in management style. It's wonderful that he persuades so well, and he uses his power of persuasion to advise. And I think this is a wonderful management style, and I really like it. And so I'll miss him. I'll miss him as he goes on to his next project. Okay, sometimes it gets heated at times with the pressure. You know, it's very, very intense here, working here at Disney. So
professional athlete, always very, very intense.
Yeah. So intense times. I guess we sometimes do do blow a few. Sometimes I blow a few. Sometimes.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, now I'm here with another member of staff. This is Paul. Is that right?
Yep.
And Paul, where are you from?
Can you not tell?
Are you from Scotland?
Got it in one.
Wow, amazing. Now, Paul, I know in Scotland maybe baseball and American football, they're not such a huge deal, but are you familiar with the legacy of Richard Morton as a world sports hero?
I actually don't know that much about him as a baseball or that, but I do remember for just a very short while he was playing for the Glasgow Celtic.
The soccer team?
Yeah!
So Richard Morton was also a soccer hero?
Yeah!
Wow.
I remember going to one of his matches once upon a time, and he brought me to tears.
Really?
Yeah, he was really that bad.
Oh, he was terrible. Okay.
I can see why he moved on.
Yeah, that's why he went to baseball, Australia, and football, Central Michigan, walk on. So Paul, now that he's retired from soccer, retired from baseball, retired from football, he's been working here at Disney English, and what's your experiences like working with Richard here?
He's always been very good to me. I mean, with other FTs and people, I've heard he shouted at them a lot. Maybe it's because I'm in this little corner room, he just doesn't pay so much attention to me. But yeah, I've never had any problems with him. He's always been really supportive, always tried his best to help out all the staff, and he gives us very good advice on how to improve our lessons, you know. He really has helped me grow a lot in how to improve the way I'm teaching the kids, you know.
And you'll wish him well as he goes to Nanjing, I'm sure.
Of course. All the best, Richard. Take care of yourself, and I'm sure you'll do great in Nanjing.
Here's one more member of staff. Let's see if she has some nice things to say about Richard. Rebecca, would you like to say something nice about Richard Morton?
No.
Well, that's that. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm here with Sharon. Now, Sharon, when you realized that your new boss was going to be the world-famous football and baseball superstar, Richard Morton, what was your first reaction?
I couldn't understand why he would want to come and work at Disney English in Shenzhen.
Being a world superstar,
Yeah.
baseball player, and all of a sudden he's
In the
here
show
as your...
business.
He's here in the education business. That must have been a big jump for him, but were you excited when you first saw him? Were you very excited?
I was happy, but I had my suspicions. You know, I didn't think he would really cope in this environment.
And how has he been as a boss?
Surprisingly good. I've learned a lot from him. He knows a lot about teaching, so he's got some very good ideas, and he's very original, so many original ideas, and he's been very supportive, a good coach. He's done good mentoring, so I've learned a lot from him, and I appreciate the time that he's been with us.
Okay, now I'm here with another member of Richard's staff. This is Jenny, right?
Hello, Richard.
Now, Jenny, did you know that your boss, Richard Morton, was a sports superstar?
Really?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, played professional baseball in Australia, semi-professional baseball, and he was also a walk-on for the Central Michigan football team.
I knew it.
Can you tell, like, his muscles and stuff, that he was a professional athlete?
I don't know. I never see her. He's naked.
That's good, because he is your boss. But yeah, he was a superstar, but now he's doing work with children here at Disney English. So now that he's your boss, what's that experience been like? Is he a good boss to you?
Yeah. The answer is positive.
That's great. Can you give some examples of what he's done to give leadership to you?
I remember when someone forgot my Christmas gift.
Oh yeah,
He gave me
that.
one and said,
I know I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It kind
somebody-
of touched me.
Somebody forgot your Christmas gift,
Yeah,
and then he got you one.
yeah,
Wow, what a superstar move.
yeah.
Are you gonna miss him?
Definitely.
Will you cry when he's gone?
I will cry and smile.
That's creepy, but it's also very nice. Thank you, Jenny.
That's all?
Well, unless you have anything else you want to say, this is your open forum.
No, my English sucks.
You can say it in Chinese. I heard that Richard Morton, superstar, can also speak fluent Chinese.
骗人的，好吧?
Oh, I'm serious.
Okay, Richard. I will get you painkiller on Monday.
你好，你好.
Hey, how are you, man?
I thought you were Chinese.
What? I'm from New York.
Oh, God, great. Okay, you're from New York, and this
Yeah,
is
what's
Stanley,
up?
right?
Yeah, yeah, what's up?
Stanley,
What's up?
nice to meet you. Now, Stanley, you're from New York. Obviously, you've heard of Richard Morton, right?
Oh my gosh, who has not heard of Richard Morton? I watched him when I was 5 years old growing up. He was a legend.
It's true. And he's a sports legend, icon, you know, like Michael Jordan. So when you found out that your new LLD was going to be Richard Morton, what did you think?
You know, at first I was like, are you kidding me? The great baseball legend coming all the way here to teach Disney from New York when he was making the big money in the big times? I was like, oh, you're just messing with me.
And then he walked in, and sure enough, it was him, right? I'm sure you must have thought he was long, long dead by that point.
Oh, I know. It was when I watched him growing up, you know, it was like, 1962.
And he was already about 50.
Yeah.
So must have been shocking for you.
Totally shocked.
So he's been your LLD here this year. What was it like for you working with the great Richard Morton?
Oh, it's a great experience. I mean, he has done so much for the center, and his enthusiasm and his passion for sports, and he relates that to the passion for teaching kids and to help all of his cast members. Great guy, great guy.
Thanks, Stanley. Now, Connie, did you know that your boss, Richard Morton, is a world-famous baseball player?
I know. I think my boss, LD Richard, right? I feel he is very strong, and he very kind. And when I meet some trouble, he will help me and give me too many spot, and will give me too many helpful for me.
That's right, because he's used to being a leader and a helper because he was a professional baseball player.
Yes.
He was a walk-on at Central Michigan football. So he's really a sports legend, and he's also a great manager, right?
Yes.
And has he always supported you?
Yes,
Yeah.
because I always will do some mistake.
Really?
Yes, and he will say, don't worry, calm down, and you good, just step by step, don't worry. Okay.
So he helped you develop here?
Yes, he helped me. I remember he said, just step by step, follow another is okay. Okay, I know. So I follow with my SFT standing, my partner. Yes.
So he helped you feel more confident?
Let me feel more confident, let me feel more acknowledged.
Great. And is there anything you want to say to him before he leaves to Nanjing?
Richard, I miss you so much. I hope you don't go. Okay, but best wish for you. You will be very good. Thank you very much.
Okay, now I'm here with another member of Richard's staff. I'm here with Jenny Lin. No, down here. Down here. Okay. Now,
I'm laughing.
It's okay. Jenny Lin.
Yes.
You're from the Philippines, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so I know. Sorry. So I know that the Philippines is a basketball country and a boxing country, but Richard is more about baseball and football. But are you guys familiar with Richard Morton?
Of course, yes, I know him.
Really?
He's actually popular in the Philippines.
Oh, really? How's that?
Yes, because he got knocked down in just 1 second.
By Muhammad Ali.
Yes,
The Thriller in Manila. Yeah, he got knocked out immediately
Yes,
by Muhammad Ali.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he's a terrible boxer. That's fascinating. Now, he's your LLD this past year. What's that been like working with the legendary Richard Morton?
Well, it's really great working with him. He's actually a showman. Yes, and I thank him for all his support and good luck to his job in the new center.
Thanks, Jenny Lynn. Okay, now I'm here with Lexi, and Lexi, you're from America, that's true? So, being from America, obviously you're familiar with the superstar, Richard Morton.
Oh my goodness.
Central Michigan, football, Australia, professional, semi-professional baseball player. So he's a legend, right?
Yes.
So you know about him.
Absolutely. I was just so excited. So excited to know he's coming here.
That's right. And then your mom and dad, they all know Richard Morton,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yeah. They actually chose to come to China, not to see me. I mean, no, they came because Richard Morton.
Just to meet Richard Morton?
Yeah, just to meet him.
Wow, and did they have a nice conversation, talk about Richard's great sporting past?
Well, my dad was just so nervous that he kind of choked up a little bit and just didn't get the questions out.
Well, maybe Dad can take another trip back to China.
It's already in the works. They're planning on coming back. My dad has flashcards ready. It's going to be great. They're very excited.
I'm very excited for your dad because Richard Morton is a legend.
He's amazing.
And yeah, sports icon, we know that. As a boss, how's it been to work with Richard?
Also pretty amazing. He's been very, very supportive and very encouraging, very helpful. So he's been really, really great and helped me a lot to become a better teacher. So he's been awesome.
Okay, now I'm here with Chelsea, right?
Right, yeah.
Now, Chelsea, did you know that your boss, Richard Morton, was a very, very famous semi-pro baseball player in Australia?
Oh, really? I don't know.
You didn't know that?
I don't know.
Oh, wow. Well, what about as a boss? Has it been nice to work with Richard as a boss?
Yes, Richard is really very nice. He always cares us a lot. He always smile to us, and he cares us if we are happy or not. And even though I have been here just for a few weeks, I know he's very nice to us, and I think it's very pretty for hearing this news that he's going to leave, and I hope he will have a better and happier life in the future.
Okay, and who are you?
I'm Summer.
Summer. Now,
Xie.
Summer Xie.
Summer Mommy.
Summer Mommy.
Yes.
So Summer Xie, Summer Mommy. What was it like to work with the great Richard Morton, semi-professional baseball player, walk-on at Central Michigan? What was it like to work with such a superstar athlete?
Wow, how to say? The first time I heard that I'm going to work with Richard, I'm so nervous. You know what? Football player. Wow. Strong. Handsome. But the first day I met him, I find he's a very kind man. How to say? He said hello to me, and he liked to speak funny joke, and he's so easy to get along with. Every time I ask for help from him, he's so willing to help, and he's so talented to help us. Yeah. Richard, I want to say that I really love your show. Every show you put on is so amazing. It helps us to get the learners stay here, to get more new learners to stay in Disney, to study in Disney. Thank you so much. I have told you that, yes, you are a genius. You are the best genius I ever met. Thank you, and wish you get better and better. Mwah.
Now I'm here with Joey, right?
Yeah.
Joey, I met you when I first came into this center. Do you remember that?
Okay, yes, I remember.
Oh, great. Now, I'm glad I have a chance to talk to you. I'm very excited about this because I heard that you and Richard are very, very close. Is that true?
We are close?
Yeah. Somebody told me that you and Richard are like two peas.
Yeah, maybe in some way.
And how do you feel being close friends with such a world-famous athlete like Richard Morton?
I feel very honest because it's like when I first come in, I feel the stress, a huge stress, and Richard is like, he told me that he want me to have fun, not like have too much stress, and he knew that like what's going on in the center, and yeah, so I'm really feel touched by that time. So because I think he's only one who like talk with me about my stress and told me not to be sad and to just have fun. And, yeah.
Well, you know, Richard knows how to deal with stress because professional baseball, semi-professional baseball, walk-on, Central Michigan. So he's been in big sports games where he has lots of pressure and lots of stress. So when he gives you advice about stress, you need to listen to him.
Yeah,
right?
I know that. Yeah.
As he goes to Nanjing, do you have any final words for Richard?
Yeah, I'm very sad because he's leaving, but I know, yeah, I think he can work better in Nanjing, and I really hope I can, you know, maybe work with him again. So maybe see you again, Richard.
Now I'm here with Angela Baby. Angela Baby, Richard Morton is huge in Western countries, but in China, is he also very well known?
Yes, of course. He is a very famous sports legend here.
He's a sports legend. Wow. And growing up, did you hope that one day you could You could meet Richard Morton?
Yeah, of course. That's why I learned English.
So you could talk to him one day?
Yes, I hope that there was one day I can talk to him. So that's why I learned English so hard.
Fascinating. And Angela, baby, what's it like working with Richard on a personal level, as he is your boss? What's it like working with Richard?
He was so kind. Yeah, he was very helpful. He told me a lot of things. Like every time when I have something, I can go to him. Like for example, I am not a strong person to manage my classes, and then he always stepped out and came to my classroom and say that, "Hey, Angela, I need help. Okay, I can handle." And then he taught me different ways to manage my class also. I really appreciate that. And one of my, no, it's actually between two parents' conversation. They said that, oh, that old grandpa buddy has a really talent, or how do I say? To make the kids inspired. It's a learner. It's a parent from, I don't know, I forgot already. But they really said that in front of me, and I was like, oh, Richard, I talk too much. Nice to work with, and you will be missed, especially Pazai. I'll miss you a lot. That's anything else? I really started to cry, my goodness.
As you can see, Richard Morton, not only a baseball legend, not only a football legend, a managing legend. Okay, I'm very excited. I just received word that Richard Morton is actually here right now. He's in his office. I've been dreaming of this moment my whole life. I'm going to actually meet Richard Morton. Walk-on, Central Michigan, semi-pro baseball, Australia. Wow! Richard Morton is in here.
Who are you?
Hey, what are you doing?
Who are you?
I want to meet Richard Morton. I want to meet Richard Morton. Well, I've been kicked out of Disney English. They called the police. Now I'm being deported out of Shenzhen, China. I didn't get to meet Richard Morton. This is crazy. Crazy, I tell you.
What was I thinking? When I heard Richard Morton was coming down to Shenzhen to be my LD, I said to myself, wow, the Richard Morton of the Sydney Wallabies? The first thing I thought was, wait, isn't he dead? The second thing I thought was, if he's not dead, he must be really effing old. The third thing I thought was, wow, Richard Morton? The man's a legend. What an honor. He's a real pro. Well, semi-pro baseball player. It was magical.
Because you guys worked for Disney?
No. Because of all the goddamn tricks he pulled. We once taught one class and 2 demos with 1 foreign trainer at the same time. We called that one the Houdini. How did we pull it off? It was magic. I'll never tell. The man's a semi-legend, like I said. Next question.
What about the allegations of Richard Morton's locker room?
And this interview is over!
Yeah, of course I'd heard of him. Anyone who knows anything about sports knows who Richard Morton is. All you need to do is look up college football, look up anything to do with Australian sports history, and you'll know something about him. He is in the same realm as Michael Jordan, as Gordie Howe, as all kinds of great sporting icons. So yeah, of course I knew something about him. When I first met him, well, you know, these sports icons have kind of an aura about them. and it's something that rubs off on other people. You can't help but just be a little bit in awe. He's a great guy. He's very, very natural at what he does, and he's a great guy to be around. I learned a lot from him. To work with, well, you know, I think Michael Jordan said it when he said, I can take failure, I can accept failure. Everybody fails, but what I can't accept is not trying. I think a lot of sporting people are very competitive, very driven, but it pushes other people to do their best. And I think that Richard is a similar kind of person to that. So yeah, he's a great guy to be in an office with, to be in a working environment with, because he pushes you to do better. What would I say to him? I think I would say thank you. I would say thank you for your help, your support. Thank you for being a leader, and for teaching me new skills, teaching me to be a better teacher, and for trusting me when you came into the centre. You had been coming from an outside situation and coming into a centre that you weren't sure if you were going to be welcomed. And I think I thank you for trusting me to be your senior teacher and to be your person to go to. And good luck. Stay in touch, and if you need any help along the way, then just give me a call. And I'll always be there to come and watch your sporting achievements in the future.
I think being a superstar athlete, well, former superstar athlete, really builds a lot of character in a person, and that's the kind of thing that Richard Morton has. He has character. He's able to just mold things and mold different situations into his own favor, in his own crazy kind of way. He's able to adapt, roll with the punches, so as they say, which is what I really respect about him. It was a little intimidating at first, but ever since the first day, he's been very encouraging, very welcoming. I really felt like I was part of the family when I first came in. Then I was bombarded with 9 classes and all that went away. So yeah, I really owe a lot to Richard. Whenever I needed help, he was always there. Whenever I was just having a bad day and I needed a good laugh, he wouldn't necessarily make me laugh, but he could try. But all in all, it was his thought that counted. Bottom line is, I'm really gonna miss him when he's gone, going off to bigger and better things. And yeah, I wish him all the best.
Hello Richard, long time no see. You know I'm in Australia, but I never told you why I decided to come here to stay for 3 months. The reason is I've heard you have played baseball before and you're so excellent player, and so I decided to come to Australia to find out how amazing this place is. I admire you so much, you know. This place was very good, very nice, and very suitable for living. Hearing that you're leaving, I'm a little disappointed just because of you're leaving Shenzhen. But I still hope that you can be happier than before. You can have many other new friends in new centers, but don't forget about us and try to come back to visit us when you have time, okay? We will always be your friend, and you know I love you so much. I love your shows. I remember the time we were working together. We brought happiness to the kids, and we let them learn a lot. You're a very hard-working person, but just don't forget to take care of yourself, because good shows need brain works, and brain works need energy. So energy comes from food. Don't forget to eat. I will miss you so much. See you later in Shenzhen. Bye.
He is old. He often loses his notebook, and he always leaves a bottle of Coke Zero in private class after his mini class because he's so forgetful and old. But at the same time, he's very dedicated to his job. He brought a lot of fun to the clubhouse, to the demos, to the classes and the center. And he always encourages me to be more than I can be, and always tells me that I am great even when I was not. Thanks, Richard, and good luck with everything.
Hi, Richard. I didn't want to say goodbye to you, and as you told me, there's no goodbye between you and me and Fizzy. So I know you're going to Nanjing soon, and I really don't want you to go, but it's gonna be fun and interesting. I think you will love the city over there, and I really want to say thank you for showing up in my life. You really means a lot for me. And I remember the first time that you came in Shenzhen, and I was just like, he must be a very serious guy, like I don't dare to talk to you. And then you just add me in WeChat and you start to chat with me, and then you're just so nice, and I was just, wow, he's kind and sweet. And then I start to being friendly to show you around of Shenzhen. And then you start to tell me a lot of things of your life or generals. So I really learned a lot from you. And I'm really glad that not just what happened between you and me, but also like you and me and Fizzy. And we just had so many nice memories. And it's just really sweet and means a lot for me. And I really learned a lot from you, and I really appreciate of every time when I have problems, and you always want to help. You always been so sweet and comfort me and encourage me. You just make me feel like I am awesome. Like, I mean, you are awesome. You means a lot for, I think it's for everyone. You means a lot. Like, you join this center, you change the center, you make everyone laugh, and you have, like, you made so much things to happen and make everyone to feel like, oh, it's a family. It's really a big deal for everyone's life. And you know, you're gonna come back soon, so I'm not gonna miss you that much, but I'm still gonna miss you. And as you know, I really love you so much. Like, you know. Anyway, I love you.
Chelsea, now, did you know that Richard was a superstar baseball football player?
Oh, really?
Hold on, let me start over.
Well, I don't know. You'll have to cut that out.
Look at it.
He's amazing, boss. And then...
Why?
He's still recording.
That's okay. No, we'll cut it. Okay, now I'm here with another member of Richard's staff. This is Jenny, right?
Hey.
Somebody just signed for that.
Hi, now I'm here with Connie. That's right?
Mm-hmm. I'm Connie.
Connie, do you work in a restaurant? What is this apron?
I don't know.
Yeah. Are you
Sorry,
pregnant?
okay.
Are you pregnant? What's that been like working with the legendary Richard Morton?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, now this is a serious one.
Okay.
This is a serious one.
Okay.
Now this one is
Talent, or how do I say? To make the kids inspired